This is our project for ME106. This is a toaster oven that measures the internal temperature of meat that is being cooked and decides when it is done, as well as being a regular toaster oven. This oven is controlled completely by a smartphone via Bluetooth connection. We used an HC05 Bluetooth module and hooked it up to an Arduino to accomplish this. The app is built in MIT App Inventor 2, shown here, and has 3 screens. Shown right here. Here's our app, and it's working. We have preset roast, and then we have a number of settings for the different types of meat. We have a custom mode that unfortunately we didn't quite get to finishing, and a toast mode of the different levels of toast that we are going to do. Okay, so to demonstrate the toast mode, I'm going to plug the machine in, and we're going to hit toast and light. Oh, you gotta connect first. So this is the HC05 is listed there. Give it a second. Toast and light. And the toaster begins to run. And now you can see the coils are turned off. The LCD screen is displaying done. Hopefully you can see that. And the coils have turned off. So the hardware setup for this toaster oven is on the inside. There are 2 heating coils that run at about 5 amps each, and they run on 120 volts AC. We have a tray here. We have an ambient thermocouple in the back that maintains the temperature of the overall toaster oven. And then we have an internal meat probe thermocouple that is used for the internal temperature. And so on the side here, we have a mechanism for opening and closing the door. We have a 2 amp stepper motor that is controlled by an H-bridge, which is paired to the Arduino. Up top here we have the Bluetooth HC05 module, 2 relays, one for each heating unit that converts 5 volts, that operates on 5 volts DC and turns on the 120 volt AC. We have our first power supply, which runs 12 volts AC, or 12 volts DC coming out, 120 volts AC going in. It's a little cumbersome, but it does the trick. This second power supply was our original power supply, but it was not powerful enough to drive the motor and the Arduino and components at the same time, so we just used it for a 5 volt output to run 2 thermocouple amplifiers, one for each thermocouple. And the Arduino, we have a soldered board here for all the 5 volt in and grounds for all the components. A soldered board up top for helping to run the HC05. On the front here we have a switch for the Arduino components, which ended up giving us some problems, so we drop that out, and it's working without it. And an LCD display to show the user what is going on with the toaster oven.
Okay, so now we're pretty close to 170. It's getting there, slowly but surely. Right? Okay. It was kind of taking a little bit of time, like way longer than in the beginning. Basically what I found out is that the chicken really needs to be like right above the heating coils to really heat up properly. So you will see, and I forgot to mention, you know, it's displaying on the LCD chicken. Kind of hard to read, but it says it there because of the backlight and whatnot. So right now it's at 164. When it hits 170, it'll command the motor to run, and then it'll open the door. What? Oh, fuck. That is touching the back of it. Whatever. Anyways. So now hit 170. Boom. It opens.
My name is Alex, and for my role in this project, I was the software guy, and I also did a bit of the hardware integration. So what I learned from this project, I learned how to create a state machine in the software, how to create functions, the custom functions within the software, and I also learned how to use the app inventor to create the app stuff, and I also learned a bit of the wiring involved and the hardware stuff involved in the making of this.
My name's DIll. I was the hardware specialist for this project. I was responsible for hardware selection, design, and building of the toaster oven, and I helped with the integration of the hardware into the Arduino program and the Bluetooth app. Not only did I learn about all the aspects of mechatronic hardware that was used for this project, but I also learned the need for very extensive research into parts and design before the construction begins, especially parts I have very limited experience with.
So my name is Rahbar Khan. I was the app designer, the project organizer, and the documentarian for our project. First, I guess what I learned a lot about kind of leadership and you know, just trying to bring a group of people together. You know, when the team was first announced, you know, I only knew two guys in that whole classroom, being an aerospace engineer in a room full of mechanical and electrical. And so, you know, and they joined groups. So basically, I kind of had to, you know, find some people that also didn't have groups. Luckily, I was able to find Alex and Evan. And even though I was technically the role, it was project manager, you know, it was more than that. It was, you know, getting everybody to the first meeting, you know, assigning to see where everybody's strengths were. You know, Alex said that he had software experience, and Evan had a lot of hardware experience. So, you know, I just kind of wanted to be able to, you know, somehow contribute to the team, besides the app design. So, yeah, you know, I don't think I did a very good job, but, you know, like I said, this was kind of my very first role of being like in a leadership position, and so, you know, I learned, you know, a lot of good things about it, but I also learned a lot of bad things. Uh, you know, um, with the app itself, just learning the block programming, seeing, it's a little easier since it's all kind of visualized. Um, but there were some difficulties, especially with trying to trying to get the inputs for the customization. Um, you know that I feel like the only reason I just couldn't really do that was one was time, and two was kind of like some of the situation that I had. Uh, uh, but yeah, so I learned a lot about that. I learned a lot about Bluetooth connection. The Bluetooth module, how to control it, how to send data and receive data, uh, and whatnot. Same thing with the app. Basically, how to send data to the Bluetooth and how to receive data from the Bluetooth since it's connected to the serial monitor of the Arduino. I guess, yeah, I guess that's kind of what I've learned in that. I guess another one would be, since I was the documentarian, uh, not only did I have to kind of know my parts, but I also kind of had to know like the details of, the app code and the the components of the toaster oven. Um, you know, it, for me to be able to at least articulate some of the basic ideas into the paper and into these videos. Um, and yeah, uh, so I think that's what I could say that I learned from this project.